Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Debbie, and I am going to take you through this slow flow today for when it's warm outside and you still want to stretch or do yoga. So I am going to stay pretty low on the mat today, maybe, on our knees, that sort of thing. No sun salutations, none of that stuff. We don't need to build any heat. It's officially summer. It is a beautiful warm day out there, but I still want to get a good stretch in. I'm personally going to use my blocks today because I have them, and I'm going to bring the ground up to me. So if you don't have blocks and you want to run and grab some pillows or books or whatever's going to bring the ground up to you, feel free to press pause and go and do so. Otherwise, we're going to begin at the back of the mat in child's pose. Your choice. You can choose to do the more traditional where knees are together and then you just drape over for child's pose. And if you want to use a block or a pillow and bring the ground closer to you because that just feels better today, that's fine. I am going to choose to do wide leg child's pose. So I'm going to take my knees out as wide as a yoga mat, big toes together at a touch, and then I'm going to walk my hands out in front of me and lower myself down onto the mat. We'll take 3 deep breaths in and out wherever you are. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Just letting your body relax in this pose. Breath in, breath out. And just imagining that if you're in wide leg child's pose, that the bum is aiming towards the heels, not necessarily sitting on the heels. Last breath in and out. We'll walk the hands back in, and we will push ourselves up into tabletop with the knees directly underneath the hips, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, with the fingers spread nice and wide for our yogi hands so we're not putting all the weight in our wrists. And we will inhale, drop the belly, and then exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And we're moving nice and slow, not rushing anything at all. Inhale, arch. And then exhale, round. Coming back to neutral. I'm just going to walk myself up a little bit. And I just want to get a little bit of a stretch in my calf. My calves have been really tight today, so staying on those hands. And if you've got yoga jellies, you can absolutely use yoga jellies to save your wrists. I'm rocking a little back and forth, pulling my navel into my spine, nice long neck, just breathing in and out through my nose. You can stay still here. I'm just feeling that stretch through my calf. I woke up with a leg cramp the other morning in my calf, so I was like, okay, time to drink some more water. Let's take it to the other side. And again, it just feels kind of good just to rock a little back and forth for me so that I'm not going fully into that stretch yet. Breathing in and out through the nose. And if you find your wrists hurt, feel free to come up onto fists. Or use your blocks, go on your elbows, do whatever works for you. Something just bit my toe. Now I'm just going to hold still here for a moment. Really feeling that nice stretch through my calf. And then I'm going to come back to tabletop. Crossing my ankles, rolling over onto my bum. And I'm going to extend my left leg out. And this is where I will use the block as well. So I'm going to inhale to find length. For those of you who have good working arms, you can reach both arms up overhead Pull the navel in, and then exhale, folding over the leg. And I'm just going to use the block to put my head on. Hands can go wherever you want. You can grab onto the foot, but that's not the whole goal here. It's just to feel a nice, gentle stretch through the back of the hamstring, through the back line of the body. You can absolutely round through the back here. This is low, slow yoga. Just make sure that you can fully breathe in and out through the nose. And then we'll use the hands if you were on the block to lift yourself up, and then walk slowly back up to seated. We'll take it to the other side, extending the right leg, bringing that left foot into the inner leg. And as long as you're not pushing on your knee, if it doesn't feel good to bend that, tuck that foot right in, that's fine. You can absolutely do whatever works for you, because I know that some of us have knee problems. So same thing, finding extension before we lean forward. So inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, forward fold, going over. And again, using my block. And just noticing any differences that might be occurring from one side to the next. For me, my right side feels much tighter today than my left. And that's okay. That's just how it is. Breathing in and out through the nose. And maybe tomorrow my left side will feel tighter. It's just the body, and that's how it goes. And again, we're going to push ourselves slowly back up to seated. And I'm going to cross my feet together. And I'm going to inhale to find length. And then exhale to fold forward. And the goal really isn't about how far you reach. It's just feeling that nice stretch through the back. I see little red ants on here, the little bitey ants. That's what bit me. And if you can get your head down to the mat, or again, if you want to use that block. For me, sometimes I find the block affects the depth of my stretch. I just don't feel it as much because I rely on the block and I put too much weight in the block. And then we'll walk those hands in, coming up slowly. And then we're going to change the cross of the legs, taking it to the other side. So inhale to find length in the spine. And then exhale to fold forward. And maybe you notice with the cross of the legs, one side you can go down a little further. Maybe you're up a little higher. Maybe you're more up here. And that's perfectly fine. It's your body. Listen to your body. Do what works for your body. The goal is to make sure that you can always take full, deep breaths, because that's usually an indicator if you are straining too much, trying to push into whatever shape you think that you should be in. And if you're doing this on YouTube, which means you're home in your living room, nobody can see you, so who cares? Just do what feels good in your body. Last breath in and out through the nose. And then we'll push our way slowly back up. And I'm going to take my left hand to my right knee. And I'm going to use my block. because I want to reach behind me here and I want to bring the ground up to me because I'm feeling lazy with the heat. So inhale to find length in the spine. Pull the navel in, and then exhale, just twist to any amount that feels good for you today. Some days we can really twist well. Other days, it's just a small twist. So again, the goal is listening to your body. One more breath in. And on the exhale, come back through to center. And we'll take it to the other side. And then pull my block over. Right hand on left knee. Inhale to find length. And then exhale to twist. Breathing in to find length. And then exhale, twisting. Just millimeters more. When I say twist more, I don't mean wrench the whole body around, just twisting to whatever degree. Maybe you're not moving anymore, and that's fine. But just make sure that you're maintaining that length in the spine. One more breath in. And on the exhale, coming back through to center. We're going to make our way down onto our backs now. So scoot yourself ahead. Hold on to the back of the legs. Slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time until the head reaches the mat. Just going to pull both knees into the chest for a moment here for full wind pose. And then we'll extend the left leg long and just pulling the right knee in to the chest. Let's do some ankle rolls here. First going one way and then the other. And then we're going to bend that left leg straight and take it into half happy baby and then let the left knee fall out to the side. Just holding on to the outside of the right foot here, placing the elbow inside of the knee. Imagine that you are pulling your knee towards your armpit to any degree that feels good to you. Just feeling a nice stretch in the outer hip, maybe in the glutes a little bit. And then we'll release that, and we're just going to cross one foot over the other, so the right foot over the left, and then rotate over, moving my blocks out of my way. And your arm can cactus, it can go straight, trying to keep both shoulder blades down on the mat evenly, and you can either place your right hand or left hand on your right knee, or cactus it as well, whatever works for you. I recently did a short reel about if you practice yoga with your eyes open or your eyes closed. I primarily practice my private practice with my eyes closed. So leave me a comment and let me know today if you practice eyes open or eyes closed. One more breath in. And then on the exhale, use that to bring the knees back up to center. And we'll pull both knees into the chest, full wind. And then extend that right leg long if that feels good. If not, you can absolutely bend the right knee so the foot is flat on the mat. And then just holding that left knee in, to the chest. Feeling a nice stretch through the back of the hamstrings here, maybe the glute. Breathing in and out fully through the nose. Do some ankle rolls going one way and then the other. And then we'll bend the right knee, letting the foot go flat. We'll grab a hold of the outside of that left foot, left elbow inside the left knee, and then we'll let the right leg flop out to the side, or just, I don't know what other word to use other than flop, but instead of trying to hold that knee upright, just let it relax. It's just a little bit of a counterbalance for when you're doing half happy baby. But again, if it feels good to have the knee upright, you can feel free to do it that way. Just trying to maintain contact on the mat with both of the hips, which is part of the reason why we do it this way. Breathing in and out through the nose. Last breath in. And on the exhale, we'll bring that foot over, lifting up the right knee, crossing the left knee over, and then letting both knees fall over to the right. Cactusing the arms or extending them straight out. Whatever feels good to you. And if it feels good to look over that left shoulder, then look over the left shoulder. I'm just going to scoop my hips. I'm on like a rock or something here. There we go. That's better. Or you can look straight up. Remember, it's your body. You need to do what feels good in your body, not just blindly follow along to whatever I say. Really think about it. And this is part of the reason why I practice with my eyes closed, because then sometimes I'm more in tune with my body and I can feel what I'm feeling better with the eyes closed, because it just makes me focus on what I'm doing. One more breath in. And on the exhale, lift the knees up. And then let's pull both those knees back in to chest. And we're going to take lazy bridge. So if you've got your block, your choice, you can have it on this setting or the lowest setting, or do whatever works for you. I'm going to do lowest setting. And we're placing our sits bones on the block and doing supported bridge. If you're feeling ambitious and you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can absolutely extend the legs out long if that feels good for you. But I'm just going to stay in my bridge pose here today. Lots of little bugs with this heat. Flying, biting insects. And flying, biting insects love me. The birds love the flying, biting insects too, which is good. One more breath in and out. And then we'll lift up the hips, remove the block, place it off to the side. And we're going to extend the left leg along, the right leg along, and come into Savasana, taking up space on the mat, taking those arms as wide as is comfortable for you. And just let your breath return to whatever natural breath rhythm feels good. And if you'd like to stay here longer, feel free to do so. You can just let the video play on or press pause, whatever. Otherwise, if you have to get on with the rest of your day, let's wiggle our fingers and toes. Take a big full body stretch up overhead. And then rolling over onto one side into fetal position. And then push your way back up to seated. Coming into whatever seat feels good for you. Bringing your hands to the center of your heart. Let's take one big full breath in and out through the nose together. Breath in. Breath out. Bow your chin to your chest, thanking your body for taking you through this practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing on the mat with me today. I hope you enjoyed this low, slow flow yoga for when it's hot out. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscription and notification bell so that you know when my next video is available to view. I am posting weekly on YouTube, and I look forward to practicing with you on the mat again soon.